Hello, hello from Turkey. Can you hear me? It looks like you should be able to hear me. I hope you can hear me and see me. Oh, Spirit Islands audio is not. This is a thing that is happening with. If I do that and toggle it back, then suddenly the audio starts coming from the game. Cool. So yeah, something a little glitchy with that. Say hello in the chat if you can hear me. I guess I can unmute my iPad for a second. It sounds like I can hear myself, so you can hear me. Hello, Gracie Paz. I'm gonna keep my iPad open here. Really, I don't have enough screen space to show the chat and the game at the same time. Question is, can you can see my cursor? It's not the game cursor though. I'm using a bit of the new OBS 30 and 29 features now for Mac. Mixing it up, because why not change everything? But I am in Istanbul now, and that's why the stream is at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and not the other times that it was before. Because 7 Eastern is like 5 a.m. or something like that. Or 4 a.m. It's a really bad time of day. Yeah, so we're gonna do some previews of Jagged Earth content tonight. So that's exciting. I will mention that, of course, Handelabra Games believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible. Anyone working against those goals is not welcome and will not be tolerated. Okay, so be excellent to one another. Hello, I am Irk. Welcome. I'll try to keep the chat. Got my iPad here. I'm gonna keep it like next in my eye line next to the screen. I do have a beer. I have Bremen 1827. It is very important that it wants to say it's 100% malt. I want to find out the alcohol percentage of it though. 4.5%. It's in really tiny printing. You don't have to like put that in big letters here, I guess. Of course, had Efes and some other things. This beer is German, I think. So, but it's brewed here in Turkey, I think. Looks like it. I don't know. Bremen, 1827. I'll try it out. Tuborg and Efes are the most popular beers here. It's hard to find microbrews, but I'm on the lookout. We'll see. I had a couple tasters at a bar the other day. Yeah, hello, Nezichwalt and Vosaros. Jagged Earth is going great. So let's have a look at Vengeance of a Burning Plague while I get this beer going. So let's play a game with 2 spirits and a random adversary just to get it going. And I'm going to have Vengeance go with Sunbright. Why not? So this is Vengeance as a Burning Plague. We can have a look at the story stuff. A spirit of vengeance, anger, and retribution. In its incarnation as Burning Plague, it slumbers in a simmering volcanic pool, awakening at unpredictable intervals or when roused through supplication by one wronged. Most Dahan consider this foolhardy for advance its wrath on entire communities, and its pestilence may spread anywhere. Clans with a close relationship to Hearth Vigil, spoiler alert for Nature Incarnate, have less to fear, but still deem it wise and humane not to push their luck. It is unclear whether its recent waking is due directly to the ravaging of the invaders or to some spirit's pleas. It's a cute little lizard friend. Let's pour this mystery beer. Cheers. So one of your presents starts the game already destroyed. 2 presents on your starting board, 1 in the land with blight, 1 in the wetland without Dahan. And yeah, so this little animal icon here should be presents. There's various strategy tips. I definitely like letting builds happen to generate fear because, as we discussed previously, fear are victory points. I guess I could have like clicked here to make that text bigger, couldn't I? That's a feature. So Vengeance has got some interesting growth. They're just pick one though, so not the double pick. Pretty straightforward presence tracks. One neat thing is you can add a presence or a disease with this one. For the special rules, we have the terror of a slowly unfolding plague. When a disease would prevent a build on a board with your presence, you may let the build happen, removing no disease. If you do, one fear. Is the spirit new? Yes, this spirit is coming up in Jagged Earth along with Stone's Unyielding Defiance, the first 2 spirits out of 10. So there's a lot of spirits coming up in Jagged Earth. There are 3 special rules. The second is Lingering Pestilence. When your presence is destroyed by anything except a spirit action, add 1 disease where each destroyed presence was. And wreak vengeance for the land's corruption. Your actions treat blight on the island as also being Badlands. And the innate powers both deal pretty hefty amount of damage if you can get those elements up. So we start with some innate powers, or unique powers, sorry, as you do. Fiery Vengeance, Strike Low, Sudden Fevers, Plague Bears, and Fetid Breath spreads infection. So we'll be getting into those shortly. So we're going to play with Sunbright, and looks like we have France. Let's kick France up a little bit to level 2. Just make it real France. You can, of course, turn on and off Jagged Earth in here, but we're going to leave it on and just hit go. Oh, and we're still got Serpent's background here. Let's change that. Let's make it a nice wood paneling. We're going to make some new playmats for Jagged Earth as well, but we haven't yet. So there's the spirit's home right here. And their presence tokens. We're going to make some adjustments to the presence tokens, I think, but you can see a new one. Contrasts with the other spirit here. All right, so they ended up going into the jungle. First turn can be tough for this spirit to do a ton. I can pop into a land and do 1 damage with Fiery Vengeance, because I do start with a destroyed presence, so you can get ahead of it a little bit that way. I might do that. We might just let that blight, even let our presence get destroyed there potentially. Burning Plague may be a Sith Jawa. We also have Sunbright doing Sunbright things, so we're going to be able to deal with all the stuff on this board pretty easily. A new webcam angle. Yeah, this is the webcam angle of my laptop. Oh, and I'm on top of Sunbright. Let me move that over here. Yeah, this is just my MacBook's camera. MacBook Pro. Propped up on a couple placemats or some books things here, so it's not totally looking down. The light in here is good though. I look pretty even, and the background removal thing has like been improved, so it's looking okay. And hopefully it sounds okay. This is just the MacBook microphone. We'll see if it's okay. I have the same filters on it, so it sounds okay. It's not as good as my microphone back in Halifax, but it's okay. I'm going to try something else for next time. We'll see if I bother. And yes, hello, Logic Dolphin. All right. I mean, Sunbright's turn is easy. Push away the bad guys. Get energy. We'll probably scatter these guys to the winds, right? Or use we'll do that. So you can give energy over to, we could do this to just do the damage, but that seems like it's too energy, right? It's so expensive. So this power says push or gather. These other powers don't. So I think we'll just give the plus range, which is basically giving it energy. Thanks, Vosaros. I also enjoy the digital game. It's important that we also like it. And yeah, we aim to implement the rules of the game as perfectly as possible with direct communication with the designer. Okay, so I want to get in here to stop this build. So I think I'm just going to allow that build. That's fine. We often want to get a minor power here, I think, because our powers are really expensive and we don't have a lot of energy to start with. So let's take a minor power. We want to have fire and animal primarily. You can see these. We also want the other elements. This is like the perfect card for the Spirit Flesh Rot Fever. So I'm going to click on it. That's very good. It has all the elements of our innate powers, and it's cheap. I mean, it's not 0, but... And we want to add presence in here. Go to 2-card plays. We almost never... I mean, you can't... I don't think you can possibly get your innate on the first turn. You can place... Yeah, you can't get enough animal, right? And... you can't get enough fire. Like, there's no... I'm pretty sure there's no way to get that on the first turn, but you very quickly have access to animal and fire all the time. 3-card plays is a little further up. So what are we doing? We're not going to stop Ravages. We could play this to much more cheaply add disease, but it only works on jungles or sands. Doesn't have a high chance of working. This lets us push things around if there's disease in the land, which right now there isn't a whole lot. Let's put more disease in lands. I think we'll do that. It's also totally fine to not play a second card in the first turn. And then the next turn, maybe you can get an innate, but like next turn, if I unlock the fire, I do get that innate, but I think putting the disease down is a good chance to do something. And I'm gonna give the plus range, aka energy. And let's get rid of that guy. So we get 2 builds. And only 1 blade next turn. Which we could stop if we want, but probably won't. I might even put my presence in there just to get destroyed. That's a thing. Logic threw down a challenge towards Kate. Alright, so... yeah, Scatter to the Winds and Violent Windstorms. And we could also just let that happen. That's an option, because Scatter to the Winds would stop these. Maybe we just let that blight, because I kind of rather these things not happen. We do have a possible Death by Dahan here, but, you know, pending the event. We don't have a defend, so I'm not gonna put the Dahan in there. I don't have to push this guy. Actually, let's leave the 2 Dahan in there. It's better. Because there's an event that might remove the blight for us. And we can push one of these guys or one of these guys. They only build 1 town back there. And here, I want to have disease in the places that are generally bad. And some of these require... yeah, I could like block the Ravage if I put disease in there. So let's do that, and maybe we decide to use that, maybe we don't. Good to have disease in places, though. Oh, blocking 9,999 damage naturally with the Scholar. Expect the worst. Yeah, it reduces damage to 0. I mean, you can do it with like Expatriate or the Shadow Cloak or different things. Or do you mean like reduce the damage to 0, in which case the Scholar. Okay, and now we actually can stop this build and have a ton of energy. We could get another power card, but we could reclaim and When we reclaim, we get a power card, so I think I want to go to 3 cards for that turn. And we're all set down here. We can play these because maybe we can do something. We don't have to play them. They're expensive. We can see. Survive them. Survive it with revival or redirect or indestructible effects. Fair. Yeah, the Scholar, definitely. Right, but Flak Jacket or Shadow Cloak also block 999, not any number. Or like Legacy. Oh, damage, no damage prevention. Okay. Fine. How about being able to revive yourself right away? Yeah, using reduce. There's probably some unbounded damage reduction loop with guys and something else probably, right? I don't know. Okay, so here we could stop that from blighting if we want. We could also like get into both lands and get our presence destroyed, which is what I'm gonna do, actually. Either get our presence destroyed or like do damage there or whatever. So I play that, and this is the slow one, right? So I'm not gonna have enough animal. If we do those, if I do this, we do get the, it's just 1 damage at range 0. And it probably doesn't work anywhere, right? I don't really see how it works anywhere, so it's not really that useful. The event might stop these, like we might do 2 damage with the beasts or something like that, but I'm fine to like get the presence destroyed here. Blight is good for us in reasonable doses. Excuse me. Like I don't even like want to block the Ravage there. It's not that big a deal. It'll be more important later when it's gonna cascade or whatever. Let's add disease. So forget our innates, let's add disease. Adding disease just powers us up. Oh, you know what? I have this. If disease is present, but it's not. Unfortunately. Oh, you know what? I could... If I put the disease there earlier, I could have plague bearers those guys away, but whatever, that's fine. Means we could move the disease into the wetland. That's actually kind of okay. We could move the disease into the wetland and then actually use the disease because France. Oh, also I can just kill these guys. That works too. That works better. They're not building anywhere except here if we want them to. So we don't have to do anything. We don't have to use this now. We can like see if they explore sands and push out these extra guys. For example. Yeah. Alright, let's just not use it now. Let's take the energy. I could have like used it on myself here for this, but I don't think that does anything. Push disease, it says later on. Alright, so Dahan trade. We can ignore their interest, which doesn't do anything at all. Display our wrath, which we can do for 2 energy total. We do have to destroy 2 Dahan and generate 2 fear. Or we could change and help them learn, which is quite costly, but it's 12 energy. We have 3. We could discard that, get to 5, and then forget stuff. And then we have to forget extra cards. That's pretty costly. I think we just ignore this. If we had like, if this came later, then we probably would be happy to, but we'd have to get rid of like half of our unique powers, so not super into that. Oh, the disease went in there. So this is our special rule. Our presence is destroyed by non-spirit action, so a disease is added, which we're going to be able to make use of quite a lot. I can allow this build. I can always block this Ravage if I want to. I love getting the fear, right? So good. It is Sans, but unfortunately, the disease isn't there anymore. But we can add disease with this, so we can say, I'm actually fine to like let them go here because I have a Badlands there, which there's a bug where it's not always working, but I'm gonna put disease here and push these guys here. And let's move the disease there as well, because we have damage that scales on disease. So this one, damage per disease. So having a lot of disease in the land is useful. And here I can push up to one explorer. Yeah, let's push them out of here. Alright, we want to reclaim. We could take a major, but we don't have anything extra right now, so. Spirit makes you want to build up a plague stack. Yeah, I mean, it's already, this is like the second turn, third turn, and there's already like 6 disease on the island. And that's just the start. Like, it's crazy how much you get. So we have minor power gain. These are good elements. I mean, it has sun. That's the element, I guess. We have elemental boon. There's not a lot of overlap, just air. Living energy is okay. We could isolate a land. We do have stage 2 coming up. None of these are super exciting. I'm just gonna pick L for element's sake. And here we could block the Ravage in that wetland. I think that's fine, and we can get another. Instead of reclaiming, we can avoid reclaiming and add a presence or disease here. So let's do that. One more minor power at least. Oh, Purifying Flame as fire. This has fire and animal though. I like that. Into city, so we'd have to use it. I probably want to get presence in there so I can do stuff there. Damage per blight is also good. Sacred sites are not a thing I usually try to have though. Yeah, let's take territorial strife. It's free as well. We can add presence or disease. I want to put presence. If I take this animal, I do get this. So 1 damage per disease. We can destroy a city right there if we want. Stuff like that. Stuff like that. Over here, we want to play cards, I guess. We have, these don't say push. So we can't make them fast. We can increase the range. Damage per blight on a spirit that deals extra damage based on blight. Yeah, it's pretty good. So this is kind of a land that's just going to explode. It is going to make a bunch of towns. So I don't love that. I think I want to just push this guy out with my innate. I probably want to do this. And I have one more play. It has air. We get to do more stuff. I think I might want to use that here so that we don't make as many towns, even though we don't get to finish off everything. I think I want to save this for later, do I? Skip this ravage. Damage per disease. I could use that there, but to like no effect. It clears the land, I guess. These are kind of both sort of whatever. I'm gonna use that one here. I can move this Dahan out of here, who's not doing anything. Let's put him in there. Join your friends. Actually, put him in with the other Dahan because of that event, right? That's legit. And we have 4 damage. I do want to have... This is range 1, and this is going to be... I didn't get the range boost. So I'm not going to have a land with the city except for that one. I kind of want to leave the city alive there so that I can... it's just a strife, though. Is it that important that I use that power? Maybe clearing this land is better. Sure. We'll hit that one later. Alright. An event. Life's balance tilts. We can let destruction have its day or fortify the resilience of life. This is adding disease. I like that. That's removing disease. I don't like that. This is adding blight. I kind of like that. And invaders have -1 health. Yeah, okay. Allow destruction. And we can choose to add the beast wherever we want. Or, sorry, the disease. I'm going to put it here so that get the fear when they try to build. Or we can stop the build if we want. What else happens? On each board with 4 or more buildings, which is this one, and 4 or fewer Dahan, there's too many Dahan all over the place. So that's not going to happen anywhere. Here we're adding disease to that land. If it's fast, add blight. Probably in here. We're skipping the ravage, so I may as well go in there. Oh, does that was letting me add the ocean? That's not allowed. That's not allowed. That's a bug. Let me report that. Ocean is not in the game. Whoops. We have Seamus's attention. I'm closer to Seamus's time zone. I am to the east of him. I actually flew just over where he lives on the way. Okay. We're adding blight to this one too in the ocean. I'm gonna add it here because there's kind of a cascade potentially there. So let's add it here. And he has a -1, but it's kind of inside of him. That's weird. Oh, Seamus said that's great timing. Love it. So here we're gonna allow this build. I think we could click the disease to use it, but I think we're gonna allow the build. Do we want to allow the build? It's a lot of towns. If we don't allow it, what are we doing there next turn? Fiery Vengeance? Yeah, Fiery Vengeance, right? Okay, let's just do Fiery Vengeance there. This time, but... Oh, I don't have presence on that board, so I couldn't... I have to have presence on the board. To preserve the disease there. That's... Because I had it before, but I lost it. Alright, they're exploring coastal lands. So no escalation. I will take you up on that someday, Seamus, I'm sure. Okay, now this Savage Revenge is doing business. Because we can destroy the city with it, but first we want to... This can be 3 damage to... This is probably better to use here, right? Because we have a lot... Well, that's like... Coastaling is coming up. Whereas here, this can go on the... Hello! And Violet Windstorms can go pretty much anywhere. There's no, like, place where it's the most important, I guess. Either the jungle or the mountain, I guess. I could send these guys away, but I'm just gonna kill them, right? I guess I could send them away, and then we can kill these guys instead. Yeah, Fire Vengeance, like, the elements are not great on it, right? So I don't necessarily love to play it. Maybe what we do is just send these guys away, and then we don't have to think about them. And let's just put them in this land. So we can blow them all up later. Here I think we're going to gain a major power. Or maybe a minor. Play all these. We can... Yeah. Well, here we're definitely reclaiming. So let's definitely reclaim. I feel okay taking a major, though my minors have really good elements. I want to get more card plays and play them all the time. If I forgot one, what would it be? Probably Territorial Strife. It's hard, can be hard to use. I could use it this turn to, yeah, whoa, Jagged Earth, it's Vengeance. Vengeance is here. Only get 2 card plays. Yeah, I just really... Pillar of Living Flame. Poisoned Land. Adds Blight. You'd love to see it. Terrifying Nightmares. Very good in general. Strangling Firevine. Very good in general. Pretty good against France too, right? I want these to be fast. I don't really have a lot of earth. So it's tough for me to hit that threshold. It's easy for me to hit this threshold, but it is very expensive. And it's hard for me to have a sacred site. I don't have a sacred site right now, so that's kind of out. Terrifying Nightmares is very good. Strangling Firevine does hit fire on it. Yeah, I think it's Poison Land, and I don't know that I play it this turn because I don't have a super great target for it, I guess. There, but that's going to be a Cascade. It could be on, like, any one of these, basically. Would be okay. I mean, wherever they end up exploring into next, right? Unless it's wetlands, there's gonna be a spot. So let's do that, and let's forget Ugh. Yeah, Territory Strife. If I played that, I need to play another animal card. You care about them skipping Ravage action in a land I can't do that? No. This doesn't say push on it. No. For each blight, 1 fear and 4 damage. That's a great threshold, but it's hard for me to get. What I want to do... This is only 1 damage here because there's no blight. It does stop a town. We could put presence in there and stop that build if we wanted to. Now, if I do this, though, then I don't get my innate, which I kind of want to just keep using on A8 a lot. Could just play this. Deep. It has the fire that I don't need this turn, though. I want to use the fire next turn for this. So, okay, let's do that. And then down here, we want to gain a power card. And I think it's going to be another miner. So let's see what it is. Roiling Bog and Snagging Thorn. These elements are all... There's like 1 air in the whole situation. Push up to 1 blight, explore, or tap. Not the most exciting card. Defend 2. Could stop the blight there if we don't want the island to get blighted. But is that important? I mean, the island being blighting is annoying, so maybe we do that. I have a sacred site next door, so that's okay. We don't need energy so much. We need this air. So much we do. Okay. Let's send you to this land with your friends. We don't have the extra sacred site for the extra energy, but that's okay. Alright. Things are happening. Then 2. And +1 range, energy, plus more energy, and some damage. Has to be in line with disease. Here, it's unfortunately not enough damage to kill the city. So, that's fine though. Let's just start cleaning up the stuff back here. yeah, Slave Rebellion exists. Once again, forgot. I don't think anything I did there could have possibly changed that, though, because Dahan were where they were. Aren't even any towns over here at all right now. So, yeah, that didn't do anything. Sacred site's under threat. We have one sacred site with invaders. And we have enough fire, so we can guard ourselves easily. And they don't build there. Nice. If you had a nickel for every time I forgot about Slave Rebellion, I could fund nature and card for Handelabra. You're right. It is on my list to add a thing in here reminding you when Slave Rebellion is coming. That's on my list. Each beast generates fear. Joke's on you. The beasts turn into disease. Time for a top up. Also for like missionaries arrive or other events where the card goes back in and you know when it's coming, in theory. Sunbraid gets a minor power. Ooh, a minor power that has the elements I want. Defend 3 is fine. Defend 6 is fine. But what about my elements, though? What if I had my elements? Let's take that. Scapegoats, man. Scapegoats level 3 is so much amazing. I had to come up in another game and just won the game for me, right? Like, in each land with town, city, destroy all explorers, destroy towns. Like, you just get a bunch of other... It's like late game England, just like blows up the world for them. Let's allow this build for the fear. And we're fine on towns, I think. Maybe fine-ish. Alright, they don't explore this sand. Turns out. Let's add a town here. And let's add a town here. Alright, France is Francing now. Okay, Poison Land is great. We can just... We don't get disease if we do that there, so let's do it here. We could also do it here, which does... It's a 2-for-1. We lose a presence, but also, you know, we have Fiery Vengeance. Let's do it here, because it also stops the build. Sorry, Sunbright. Oh, we are blighting the island. I mean, that was going to happen, right? Still healthy, though. Add Blight from this card to a land adjacent to Blight. Cool, so we can put this into lands where we like want the bad lands. In fact, sorry. So, unfortunately, I don't know that those are great options. Right? Excuse me. Let's put them in places where we don't destroy presence or cascade. Excuse me. That's not possible. Oh, it's anywhere we want. So it could be here. Now we blade the island. Still healthy for now. See this little still healthy? And so when this runs out, it flips, or the next card comes, basically. Everything is fine. One fear, add disease. Can't reach down there, but I can definitely put it here. Which is great. And push up to 1 explorer. So the next turn, Fire Vengeance there does 2 damage. This does 2 damage. So that can kill all those guys, assuming I can do that. I don't know that I can definitely do that, but let's assume I don't have to do violent windstorms there. In which case, sending a guy out of here might be helpful. Sending a guy out of here stops a town. We're gonna reclaim here, I think, because I want to be able to play 3 cards. And we can get a major power? We can now get a major. I have cards that don't match my elements now, so. And 6 energy. Ooh, settle into hunting grounds. This is a new power in this preview. Your presence may count as badlands, and beasts decide per presence per action, and your presence cannot move. I'd love this to be over on that spirit, which would be possible with Entwined Power, but I can't get that either. Anyways, this is a fun power. We'll probably grab it just to show how it works. It's pretty cool. If we can do some damage here this turn, we'll see. We have Cast Down or Briny Deep, which is going to be really tough to play. Entwined Power is kind of interesting here too. And Transform to a Murderous Darkness. Target spirit may choose one of their sacred sites. Replace each of their presence with Badlands. Replace presence, leaves the game. Push any number of these Badlands, 3 fear, and 3 damage per presence replaced. That's pretty awesome. Also, very expensive. And I don't have a sacred site where that does anything. So we're clicking that. And it wants animal and plant. I think I'm going to lose this. It's a handy little power, but also not doing anything right now. We have some ravages that are happening. Also. True fact. If I do this... What does that get me? It gets me +1 damage here. But that's not quite enough, is it? Unless I didn't forget Roiling Bog. Which I could defend enough here for that. I'm like using all my powers for 1 land. I'm sure that's not a great idea. Let's see, we don't have to play that. Over here, we can get to 3 card plays. Kind of into that. We can get presence into these lands and probably lose them, but that's kind of how it works with this spirit. Destroyed presence is your friend. So we'll probably skip one of them. I want to do that. I mean, I want to do that, but also I want to... This is 2 damage per disease. If I have enough animal. Oh, I'm so close to the 3 damage per disease. I mean, I don't have to... I have to play that if I want. So is this enough damage? This is 4 damage. That's short. It does murder the Dahan as well. So if I don't do that, I still haven't... I do enough damage, right? So that's an option. I think I would skip this Ravage so these Dahan don't get killed. And here, oh yeah, we have lots of damage there. I wonder if instead of Plague Bears, we play Fiery Vengeance. Then we can Fire Vengeance here for 2 damage. And this is also 2 damage. That's still not enough damage, isn't it? Yeah, still not enough damage. We do have a fear card. We might have 2 fear cards. We might have to do a fear card Trustfall in this land. This land also is just lighting. That's fine. So if we're going to do that, then this is better, right? Because this lets us have stronger innates later. But this is stronger, which matters. So, oh, is there, do I have a thing that says put? I don't, it's not really a spirit. Oh, this does push. So we could push this town away. And the Dahan, actually. Why don't we do that? That. And, I mean, I could use that on myself for this, but it seems like that's just a write-off. Maybe the event or fear card helps with that. Maybe I get the event that says use a slow power now. And we could do something like that. Or does plus range help at all? I don't think so. We could do this and like damage them some and... Oh, I don't have range for that. Yeah, okay, I'll just do that and use it here, and surely we'll do something there and make more fear. Alright. That seems fine. Alright, that has to go. I'll just get a fear card there. Right, epidemics. Alright, here we're gonna use plague bears here. And this town in here where we're gonna skip the ravage, and this Dahan in here so it doesn't get killed. And don't move the disease because we want to use it. Hey, our Badlands work. There's a bug in this build where the blight doesn't count sometimes. That's really annoying. Oh, there needs to be disease in the land. Alright, sorry, Dahan, you're getting killed. Oh, I think I wanted to... Oh yeah, I need to use that. No, that's not happening there. This is happening here first. Then Plague Bears is sending the plague to the other land, which is important because the disease does have to come for strike low to work. Alright. Just to check. We are blighting, yeah, in 2 lands. So we're gonna, the next blight card is, I guess. Probably. Lesser spirits imperiled. So we can tend our own strength. Each spirit gains an energy. Discard 1 mana power per player for each with plant, or remove 1 blight from the blight card. For each with animal, destroy Dahan. Or forge a web of mutual support for plant, which we do not have. I guess there's a lot of plant over here. We have a major power plant, which I don't want to forget. Makes us destroy presence and gain a permanent element for the rest of the game. That is pretty rad. We're going to lose this presence anyways, right? We're pushing beasts, which there aren't any beasts. We're gathering Dahan, which can maybe let us save these Dahan. Yeah, forge a web, we just have to forget a couple of these or spend energies. I think we'll probably forget them. We could discard 3 and then pay 2 energy. Maybe we'll do that so I don't lose all my cards. Let's just pay 1 energy each. And we can destroy this presence and this presence because it's probably going to be destroyed anyway. And we permanently get an element. If I get air this turn, what is that? +1 range. That's something. I probably want to have like the animal all the time or the fire all the time. So I feel like I have a lot more animal than I have fire. That's kind of similar. And I have a good amount of water. Have I not unlocked one? No, I've got them all unlocked. Yeah, the air is like sort of nice, but it's not like required. Let's take fire over here. And over here, air is good, sun is good. They're both good. I think let's click air. It's more common that you don't have enough air, right? Seems like it. Yes, we can get these Dahan out of here. Nice. And gather into. I may as well put them in here so we don't kill them accidentally. Also, fear card. Defend coastal lands. Hey, look. No blight. Also, they're skipping some builds or whatever. Skip builds that would add cities. Well, that's not happening anyway. 1 damage per Dahan stops the city build here. And that's it. We move the Dahan away from where the Dahan were. Oh, well. Here, let's allow... It's a city, but, like, we can do a ton of damage there. Oh, getting that fire unlocked that for us. Yeah, we can kick butt in there. All right, they finally figured out that the mountains were important. Let's add a town here and a town there. Okay, so we are going to... This also is like damage, so 7 damage. Very good. This only works on jungle sands. But we do have damage that scales with disease, so let's put it in here. We can scatter 5 of these, but there's a lot more than that. We can kill them all but 1, basically. I could push these guys all into this mountain. Yeah, the Ravage right now is nothing. I think we're doing fine. We could scatter these guys. One of them would have to go into a sand, but we could put it in here and kill it with Fiery Vengeance if we want. I can actually reach these places too. This one's definitely a target for Tempest of Leaves and Branches. But I don't have a Sacred Site, so I can't use it there. That's like so many towns. We have to put disease in there. We can't do that. We just push them out then. So yeah, we kind of have to scatter to the winds there, don't we? We can't do anything there. We could give ourselves plus range and kill 5 of the explorers. Or we could not do that and deal with it now. I think we just deal with it now. This pushes 3. And yeah, we just empty it out, right? Let's use this. Just push them all into this jungle. That Strife Town hang out. 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Alright. That seems like the worst land to have to deal with. Over here, I guess we're reclaiming. Fermenting rot flies is a good pick. We'd like to be adding disease. We do want plant and earth. We don't have a lot of earth, but I'm going to do that. Ravages. We have a small ravage over here that we could deal with. Let's see what we get down here too. We can gather up to 1 Dahan, defend 1 per Dahan, and it has excellent elements and yeah, click on. That takes care of that. And that's it for the Ravage, and then builds. We want the builds to, you know, not be a thing. Okay. So we don't have to play that. We do want to. We don't have to kill that guy. He probably doesn't cause a blight. We can poison land this. That's fine. We have this here. Which we could like get disease into there by making this fast. That's a thing we can do. Yeah, I don't actually have presence in those lands. I kind of want to do this and do this to do 2 damage in here because it's a Badlands. And I can play 1 more card, something with sun and air. We could like kill all these guys. We could generate a bunch of fear there. Seems good. Get another fear card. Let's see. Up here, I want to get big damage. Which I don't have right now. If I play a fire and animal card, yeah, maybe I mean that's fine, but it's not like biggest. If I play something with animal as well, we get like the big numbers. Like we can actually, if we don't have, just this jungle, it doesn't really matter. That's the problem. Yeah, we'll just like hit that here to make sure this doesn't cascade, I think. And so over here, Just make fear. I think just making fear is fine. So, settle into hunting grounds. Let's see how that works. So, when I use Fire Vengeance here, we get to decide. So this says decide per presence per action. So you can choose for each presence. There's 2 presents this land, 1 present this land, 1 present that land. You get to choose whether they count for this action as these things. Most of the time you want them to count, so it defaults to that. And you can toggle or untoggle for each specific presence, like exactly how you want, or just set them all. We want them to be that so that we make more damage. 3 damage remaining. Oh, because it's a sacred site. Oh, that's amazing. 2 badlands temporarily. Neat. Call the guard. So the only land where it could matter here is this land. And one thing that we will probably add eventually is like this power should know that it doesn't matter whether or not those are badlands or beasts, but that's a lot of work to do that. So right now, anytime there's an action with the presence around, then it does like that. So it's literally only for this power that ever comes up. So at this point, it'll be coming up a bit more later, but for now, that's all. I should have used that power there first. There are times where you definitely don't want badlands to be there or beasts, so that's why we do ask. And that was a triggered action, so you have to ask about that one as well. And confirm. Alright, so now we have no blight. I'm gonna still do the damage here, I think, because 1 damage there doesn't really do much. Yeah, let's just make sure that doesn't escape. It does say per action on the power card. It's asking for every action if it doesn't matter. Yeah, so it doesn't ask for every action. We do know that, like, for this, like, using this here it can't matter about Sunbright's presence. But if you use this power in that land, right, then it would matter. So we have some knowledge about what matters or not, but not full knowledge in the game right now because it wasn't necessary. But we'll add it if it streamlines it enough. So since that card is like literally 1 out of a ton of major powers, it's not a huge deal to be asked a little bit more often than maybe necessary. Yeah, and we don't, like, there are a million things we could be asking the players about that can't matter, and I actively make, like, I don't want to be bothering people with stuff that doesn't matter. That's quite important for the UX of the game. So we're replacing some things with town, or with cities. That's annoying. That's a lot of cities. They don't ravage in certain lands, which is fine. There's 2 from land with city to a land without city. There are no such lands. And we don't get a bonus fear card, but that's fine. Move 1 floor or town from a land matching a ravage. Well, that's annoying because I want them to can just remove him. And we can say whether or not. So here you could say this is not badlands. Like, for example, before we had 1 damage coming through, so if there was a badlands, a Dahan would get killed, right? So we can say we don't want them to count for this action, which doesn't change it, but it would have changed it before. We would have wanted to say no badlands there to save a Dahan. Here, let's just allow the build. Make spear. And we are being asked about that for this build, which doesn't matter. And this event had to do with ravages. It's disease or strife. That would have been good if there was disease in lands where we cared, but there wasn't, so it doesn't matter. Here we're adding... Ooh, I guess it's blight here, so it doesn't cascade. And... it's blight here, so it doesn't cascade. Oh wait, yeah. Oh, this is a town. That can be a town. Alright. No need to find out what the next card is. Okay. Cool. So we are going to find out what the next card is, aren't we? We get to... So we have a Ravage in the mountains, which we can. Violent Windstorms this easily. I think we... do this damage first and then Poison Land there, and we see what the next card is. That could have gone... I guess that had to basically had to go there to get the most out of it. This could go here, but seems good to put it there. Bloodshot Fever. I don't think it matters if we use that now or later. So let's Poison Land now. Yeah, so Finder is not going to be happening like that. We have a plan for Finder that we will get to when we get to. But it's not part of Jagged Earth anyway. Why is it asking about Sunbright for this when Sunbright's presence is over there? I don't know. That's kind of a weird one. Alright. Promising farmlands. Immediately on each board, add town and city to an inland land with no town city. Well, that's fine. Just go in here. We already had sands. Well, we're coming into the next stage anyway, so it doesn't super matter. And here, I think this wetlands is fine. It has less, doesn't open up the visibility, so. You definitely don't get afraid of Blight if you're playing this spirit. This spirit, along with Wildfire, is great. Like, Blight away. Blight away. Don't worry about it. I'm going to add this in here because of our scaling damage, and jungles are up here, so. And Violent Windstorms, we can push 3 things. I think we push out of here. I don't have presence. I don't have like presence. I could, if I push out of here, we get the Badlands increase, but there's no one there to use the increase. So it's, yeah, I think we just push them out of here, and then we don't have to worry about that rabbit. Send them in here and. Or we can destroy the city. Oh no, we only pushed 2 invaders, right? For each invader pushed, yeah. That's fine. So we have just the 2 mountain ravages. They are both cascades. Yes, we could get in there. We could block one of them. We could get in there and do epidemics damage. Actually, epidemics damage don't need to be in there. That seems fine. We have epidemics pretty easily. Does this do anything? We could like go in one of these lands and push, potentially. We could, if we go in here, we could kill everything. Because of the... Oh no, we don't have Badlands. That's not a thing right now. There's a thing before. Yeah, these jungles are kind of gross, aren't they? I think we go in here just to have one less land we have to deal with. And we can get a card. Card with our elements. Card with defend 2, but no blight. Card that says defend 4. Let's take the card with our elements. Go to 4 card plays. Send a friend into there. Right, so we can still, like, doing the damage here is really good because of grants, right? And we can give a lot of benefits and get our innate, probably, yeah, fully powered innate. Which is quite a lot of damage that we can do, like here. Okay, so over here, I don't think we reclaim. I think we add 2 presents. We can't afford to play all our cards. Our cards cost 6 and we only have 3. We could have 4 energy. I think we do this. And get our presence in these lands. Maybe in jungle. Block this Ravage. I guess Plague Bearers could send away those guys into here. That's pretty good, actually. We do this. And then the other card doesn't really matter which one. This one is restricted, this one isn't. This one could make 4 fear, which is very good. Because we're almost next tier level. We can't quite. I don't know that we make enough fear. This does make fear. And this makes fear. So that's 2, and we blow up some stuff. Let's see if we manage. And then, like, other cards. Play other cards. Just play other cards. I don't have 2 sacred sites, but I think that's pretty good. Let's do that. All right, so we're gonna block. Oh, this doesn't have disease yet, but we're gonna do this. And then Plague Bears is gonna go here and send the plague into there. You've got plague. And so 1 damage per disease is a lot, quite a lot of damage in here, right? And there's our figure card. Now all these 2 figure cards are upgraded to level 3. That could quite potentially win the game now. Terra level 3 cards. Also, see how much disease is on the island. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because you, like, don't use it, right? You, like, let it generate fear. Foreign dignitaries. The island is healthy. Ravages do +2 damage total in the lowest numbered matching land. The island is blighted, though. Add 1 fear card to the top of the fear deck. But we still are in the terror level, so that doesn't change anything for us. Just makes us far away from victory. And there's no ravages that are doing anything, so... Beasts, LOL. Add Dahan. Cool. There's 3 in there already. There. And... Sure. Alright. Remove 1 explorer town from a land with presence or 1 city from a land with sacred site. We don't have. Oh, we've had 1 sacred site the entire game, and it's just been there. So we could stop them building here if we want. I think stop them. We could let them build and get the fear, but also fine to just have them not. Build in 2 lands. Gather 2 Explorer Town into a coastal land. Defend 4 in all coastal lands. So we can stop this build by gathering them here. Add strife in a land with presence. Each invader with strife deals damage to other invaders in its land. Gotta have presence. So I guess it's here. And we do it again in there. All right. So only 2 damage can go to the city because of that. We like that though. Alright, sands and wetlands explorer. That's fine. They don't actually see the sands. They haven't seen that for a long time. And the jungle is all but clear. We can actually just strafe the city and push everything else. Oh, we can just kill it also. So we do this. Oh, we can't quite kill everything. But just about. Make fear. Make win game. And we can scatter these guys or these guys. We also like have other things. Here we can make 4 fear. This is lots of damage. You're the man with 2 blight? No. See, this should be... There's a bug here where this blight got used before, and it's not... So it's not giving us the plus. That's fine. We should do 4 damage there. So that's a slight bug. Let's push these guys because... of reasons. And you go there. You're easy to kill, I guess. Okay, we're reclaiming here. Let's take... Oh, no. I have 7 energy. Take a major power. And top calamity. Ho, 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 ho. Except there aren't tokens in the places we need. Focus the land's anguish. Gather up to 5 blight, 1 damage per blight. Sea monsters? There's no sea monsters around. The disease is all in the places where they're gone for some reason. That's a fun power, but it's really off element. And calamity is really excellent, so let's click on that. Just give me that card. Is there a place with Pent Up Calamity? This one, it does kill all those guys. We don't really care about, but you know. We don't even have a moon. We don't have another moon at all. Here, I guess we reclaim. Oh, we have like no energy. There's no free power either. It's pretty good for there. Is that what I want to spend my energy on? Maybe not. Well, the Ravage is nothing. The build is a lot. 13 towns. That loses the game. We need to do something there. All the Dahan are there, which is bad. We don't actually have any disease there to deal damage, though. We can get disease in with this. We could add disease with that. I want more damage per. There's a lot of towns coming in here. So many towns. Alright, we can kill those guys easily. There's so many towns coming in here as well. We could actually Pent Up Calamity here to actually stop the build. I don't have any energy now. I kind of needed that. Did kind of need that. Well, we can use epidemics there. We don't necessarily have to play plague bearers. We could use this to do damage and stop some towns. The towns, the towns. I really don't have, you know, energy. An issue. +1 range, not super useful. I can use this to kill this town with Ravage. There. Guys. Alright, they're only having 10 towns now. 8 towns now. These lands are like, have the same stuff in them, just about. Not exactly. They will after the build. I can use Fiery Vengeance here, but I can't use it there. So, well, we could use it to do things there, but we don't have the +1. So, go here. Killing the explorers is better than killing the towns here. So, yeah, we're not close enough to another fear card. And okay. So we're definitely not adding 8 towns now. We're adding 6. Oh, Slave Rebellion exists. Like the upgraded. When each board destroy a town, add strife to any 2. Every invader takes 1 damage per strife. Yeah, all that stuff is awesome. Let's destroy this town. Oh wait, no. Okay, does get converted as well. I want that to convert to a Dahan. This guy's converting to Dahan. All this stuff is happening. Good thing I remember that again. Another 5 cents for Logic Dolphin. Next event. After the average step on each board, in the land with the most cities, ravage, then remove a city. There's only 1 city on the board now. And the ravage is not going to do anything, so I think we win now. We might win sooner. Push any number from 1 land. Okay. Oh, you know what? Beep. Go in there. Remove 1 from any land. Sure, you go too. We could move this city and win the game. Boop. We were gonna get it anyways. All right. GG. There are no cities on the island. Alrighty. So that has been the first preview of Vengeance as a Burning Plague. We got almost through the whole presence track. Hopefully, this spirit added way more presence than Sunbright did. Doesn't it say something about has trouble getting presence on the island? Yeah, way more presence on the board than Sunbright. Sunbright was only placed 4 presence total, and Vengeance placed 8, twice as much. I mean, we have this plates 2 in 1 effect, which is nice. Yeah, so that's been the Vengeance preview, as well as some effects that treat pieces as other pieces. I don't think I have time to play another game, and it's late, so it's getting the hang of the new stream time here as well. So yeah, that's going to do it for tonight, I think. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting Spirit Island, and we'll be back with more previews in the coming weeks as we get Jagged Earth ready for launch. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, continuing at the new time slot while I'm traveling. Have a good day, and see you later.